Namaskar. We are proceeding with biopsychology of yoga. Biopsychology is about opening up, growing, developing, and making more subtle the energies of the mind. When the mind is crude, its energies, expressions, propensities are also extremely crude and primitive. So, biopsychology is about bringing harmony, bringing happiness, bringing health, and bringing strength to the human body and mind. It is about giving a push to our evolutionary process. So as such, biopsychology is extremely important for everyone who is aspiring, and it is actually everyone, to lead a harmonious, happy life. And especially biopsychology is useful for those who strive to achieve any significant progress in the practice of yoga and meditation. It is a subtle knowledge behind the practice of yoga and meditation. So in the last video, I have introduced the concept of chakra and vritti. What is chakra? Chakra is a center. It is a psycho-spiritual center. It means that if you open up the body, you won't find any chakra. There is no physical existence of them. But they do exist. And if you make your mind subtle, if you make your mind calm, you will be able to sense their presence within the body. Chakra is the psycho-spiritual center, which exercises a certain degree of control over physical functions, such as urination, digestion, breathing, heartbeat, metabolism, and so on. And also, chakra controls secretion of the endocrine glands, which is the most important, because through those secretions, the chakras may control our emotions. And chakra directly controls the vrittis. Vrittis, what are the vritti? Vritti is the expression of the mind. It is a propensity. What is propensity? Propensity is something which propels the mind. It takes the mind out of the state of balance. It takes the mind out of equilibrium and motivates us to perform action. And action is necessary for evolution. So there are many vrittis. When the mind is crude, I already said, the vrittis are primitive. They are harsh. They are creating movement, but there is no harmony. There is no happiness in that. There is roughness. And when the mind develops, it becomes subtle. Its vritti also become subtle and noble. So biopsychology is moving us forward from animality to humanity and then finally to divinity. It is also an understanding how to achieve complete happiness in life. So today I am going to start talking about chakras, and the very first chakra is called Muladhara Chakra. Mula means a root, and Adhara is a base. So Muladhara is the root chakra. It is like a seed of potentialities. That seed will sprout and will grow and will develop into the entire psyche of the human being. But all the potentialities, they are staying there in the Muladhara Chakra, dormant there in the Muladhara Chakra. So those potentialities, they have to be opened up and expressed. Muladhara Chakra is concerned with the yearning for happiness. And there are 4 dimensions of happiness, 4 vrittis, 4 propensities of the Muladhara Chakra. What are those 4? First dimension of happiness is physical. We desire physical satisfaction. Means the body needs to sleep, we need to eat, we need to be secure, self-preservation instinct. And then there is a desire for procreation. This is the most simple and primitive type of happiness. That happiness stays there at the Muladhara Chakra itself. And then when you go a step further, a next level of happiness is taking place, the seed of that happiness is in Muladhara Chakra, but the expression of that happiness takes place in Svadhisthana Chakra and Manipura Chakra. Svadhisthana and Manipura Chakra. And that type of happiness that is taking place in Svadhisthana and Manipura Chakra is called Artha, or psychophysical happiness. It means the mind wants to achieve happiness. Mind wants to enjoy what it does want to enjoy. Something external. Some external physical objects. So the idea of Muladhara Chakra is a survival, fulfilling the basic physical needs, and the expression happens in the Muladhara Chakra itself. And then at one step further, in the Svadhisthana Chakra, the idea is achieving pleasure, having an opportunity to enjoy the world. And then at the next stage, the next treaty of Muladhara Chakra will express from Anahata Chakra to Agya Chakra. These three will help to express the energy of Muladhara. And that is called psycho-spiritual longing, psycho-spiritual desire. It means the mind desires something better, something more subtle than the physical world. The mind is dissatisfied, the mind is disappointed with getting happiness from the external world, and mind is turning inwards to search for larger amounts of happiness. And then final type of happiness is here, taking place in Sahasrara Chakra. Also, the energy, the fundamental energy seeking for expression is at the Muladhara, but it is able to achieve expressions in the Sahasrara Chakra. And that vritti, that propensity is called moksha. So first desire, first longing is called kama, physical longing, physical desire, kama in Sanskrit. Second is called artha in Sanskrit. It is a psycho-physical desire. Thirdly, it is dharma. It is psycho-spiritual desire. Mind desire for spiritual fulfillment. And then finally there is a purely spiritual desire. In Sanskrit it's called moksha. So these four are there. Okay, let me elaborate a little bit about them, just to make a clarity. First one, physical desire. If you are able to perceive the needs of your body, you will be able to maintain a proper health. Because what is health? The mind is there to procure all the necessary things for the survival of the body. No? The mind motivates us, moves us to acquire food and shelter and clothes and so on. But when we become dominantly psychic, we tend to ignore the needs of the body. Because you move, like there is first physical happiness. It is an animal existence, animalistic existence. At the next stage, the mind awakens. And mind not only wants to eat, not only wants to sleep, but the mind also wants to enjoy. Mind wants to obtain a pleasure in the process of eating and sleeping and so on. So our needs become much more sophisticated. Like you come home and you want to eat, and you say, "Hello, darling, do you have anything to eat?" "Yes, yes, come, there is something." And then you go and eat. You're fulfilling your physical desire. You're filling up your stomach. Next day you are coming home and you say, "Hello, darling, I'm so hungry, I want to eat something." Yeah, come and eat there. And what is there? Oh, there is rice and vegetables. No, I don't want to eat rice and vegetables. Okay, what do you want? I want pizza, I want cake. So who says, I want pizza and I want cake? Is it the mind or is it the body? Body says, I want rice. But the mind will say, no, I want cake, I want pizza. And who will win? The mind will win. Because we are predominantly psychic beings. We are living in the realm of the mind. And our pleasure, our happiness is, we have idea of happiness, is something which mind will enjoy, not the body. So slowly we start to like, there is a competition between the needs of the body and the needs of the mind. Oh, I want to eat sweets. Body says, no, 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 it is enough. If you are going to eat more sweets, you are going to get sick. But the mind wants, and the mind propels. There is a propulsion in the mind to take the sweets. So that is called psychophysical longing. So basically all what we do, and curiously, in Sanskrit language, the artha, psychophysical desire, it also means money. Because with the money you can fulfill a multitude of the physical desires of the mind. So most of the time people are concerned with fulfilling physical and psychophysical desires. That's all life about, normally. But experiencing different pleasures, enjoyments of the life, we become dissatisfied because inside, in our soul, there is a great thirst for limitlessness. You know, how much happiness do you want? This much? This much? This much? This much? Yes. If you follow that logic, you will discover that your thirst for happiness is infinite. Nothing limited can satiate your thirst. So, inevitably, at one point, the mind will turn to search for greater happiness. And that greater happiness lies in the spiritual realm. And the beginning of the spiritual discovery, exploration, starts with things like poetry, music, creativity, you know, aesthetics, the science of aesthetics. We are searching for beauty. We are searching for exhilaration. We are searching for that special kind of joy. And we find it in the subtle expressions, such as poetry, such as music, and so on, such as love, such as, you know, interpersonal communications. So that is the beginning of the psycho-spiritual longing, psycho-spiritual desire. Actually, we are moving from a limited state to a limitless state. Like first, at the Muladhara Chakra, our mind is encapsulated. It is limited with the feeling of the body. You only identify yourself with the body. There is no connection with the external world. You just obtain what you need to survive, and that's it. Then, as you proceed towards the second chakra, or Svadhisthana Chakra, then that feeling little bit expands. You have you develop some kind of relationship with the external world. But that relationship is purely egoistic. Means you need something, you obtain pleasure from something, and you go obtaining pleasure. You are searching for pleasure. At the level of Manipura Chakra, still more expansion takes place. There is, like in the Svadhisthana Chakra, very egoistic. You take what you want. But at the Manipura Chakra, there is attachment, there is a bonding between you and the object of enjoyment. Like you say, I love you, I cannot live without you. What is that? It is attachment. So you have someone and you say, I love you, but actually it's quite egoistic feeling. I love you means I am happy with you, without you I am unhappy. I don't care how you feel, but that is how I feel. And for my happiness, I will protect you, I will nourish you, I will develop you, and so on and so on and so on. But the objective here is to derive happiness yourself. So you are going a little bit out of your capsule, you are going a little bit, you are expanding a bit, but not yet very much expanded. At the level of Anahata Chakra, the expansion is more. You feel genuine love. Means you are ready to care and to give without actually having, without actually expecting to have something in return. Just you want a recognition, that's all. Means I am recognizing you as a part of myself, but in exchange I want you to recognize me as a part of yourself. That is called love. That is called love. So you see, we are coming out of the seed, of the capsule. We are going out, we are expanding. So love is an expanding agent. I love him, I love her, I love every one of you. So I am not anymore a person. I have become one with you. I am expanding the periphery of my mind. And then here, so you see, here already the psycho-spiritual desire starts from Anahata Chakra. The desire to experience the infinite reality. So love, the true love, is a desire to lose yourself, to become bigger than what you are. So then, at the Vishuddha Chakra here, the expression is that I don't require any recognition. I am feeling that I have lost myself in my mission of life. Means I feel very strongly within that I love everything in this universe, and I live for the happiness of everyone, everything. And I sense a purpose of my life. I sense a mission of my life. And fulfilling that purpose of life, fulfilling that mission of life, makes me extremely happy. And then here, at this level, then there will be complete loss of boundaries. You will not be able to feel yourself as an individual. You are feeling yourself as the entire universe. So that is the process of psycho-spiritual expansion. And then finally, spiritual desire will express here. What is spiritual desire? Spiritual desire is the desire for freedom. We all harbor that thought. Some of us may say, once I have made enough money, I'm going to retire and I'm going to travel and enjoy my life. So that thought presupposes the state of life where there is no more struggle. There is only happiness and joy. So every one of us unconsciously dreams about that state. But in the physical world, of course, it is not possible. Even to survive, we have to breathe, we have to make an effort. Without effort, we cannot survive, we cannot live. So, but in the spiritual realm, it is possible. When the mind itself elevates so high that its borders disappear, the function of the mind ceases, and the mind transforms in the pure consciousness. At that state, there is a state of complete freedom and complete bliss. I would not, I don't think I should go into that topic because it's rather little advanced, but yes, I just mentioned it briefly. So, physical desire, desire of the body for the physical object, psychophysical desire, desire of the mind for the physical objects, psycho-spiritual desire, desire of the mind for spiritual experiences. Spiritual experiences such as creativity, art, and so on, or just to feel yourself one, like to lose the borders of your mind, you know, in a relationship, or even when people they go for the rock concert. What is an attraction? Music, but not music itself. The attraction is to lose yourself with the music, with the flow of music, and with that unison feeling when all the people just in one flow, and you become one with the music and with the people. So that type of feeling people are searching. Also people, you know, when they don't know how to fulfill that desire, they take to the destructive means such as alcohol, drugs, you know, they take mushrooms, they take ayahuasca, they take so many things. They try to expand their consciousness. But actually it is, for spirituality is quite harmful, because spirituality needs a very subtle balance in the body and mind. And all the substances, they bring the body out of balance. And then it will be extremely difficult to restore that necessary balance. So the main means of attaining that psycho-spiritual happiness is actually the practice of meditation. And then, of course, spiritual happiness, that spiritual freedom, the ultimate desire for the ultimate happiness, it only can be achieved by spiritual practice, by meditation. So this is Muladhara Chakra. It controls the sense of smell. It is connected with health. I mean, if you have a good Muladhara Chakra, the health will be very, very good. But how to have very good Muladhara Chakra? It means that all other chakras are opened up, because otherwise the energies of Muladhara Chakra will not be able to harmoniously express it themselves. Like if there is the lower chakras only, then there are only one or two energies of the Muladhara Chakra will open up. So to open up, to completely develop Muladhara Chakra, all chakras are also have to be developed. So it is, and then when that is complete, then you can say, I have achieved a complete health, and I achieved a complete happiness. Solid factor is controlled by Muladhara Chakra and gives a sense of groundedness, it gives a sense of steadiness, stability, and Muladhara Chakra controls the four vrittis, propensities, which are the main longings in our life. Maybe you have heard the Pyramid of Maslow, this humanist psychology. It's like a pyramid of the hierarchy of the human needs. It is very similar to this concept of yogic happiness, but the yogic idea, biopsychological idea, is very ancient. That one is very modern. But essentially they are agreeing with each other, that we go from very primitive expression to the subtlest and the highest expression. And Muladhara Chakra, how it can be opened up, how it can be developed. The first one, asanas. Asanas, I will just mention. You can refer, you can go and check them up in the playlist in my YouTube channel. Is a playlist called Asanas, the yogic exercises. The yogic exercises, they twist, they squeeze, they stretch different glands and different portions of the body. And in this way, they're balancing crude and subtle energies of the body. They balance the hormonal secretions, and also they balance the flow of prana, vital energy within the body. In this way, asanas, they help to open up, to balance, to harmonize the chakras. So what asanas for Muladhara Chakra? Dirga Pranam is good, Yoga Mudra, Bhujangasana or Cobra posture, Utkata Vajrasana, Utkata Paschimottanasana, Janushirasana, Gomukhasana, Shalabhasana. All these asanas are very good. They are very efficient. Especially, I would say, Gomukhasana is very, very powerful asana. I will talk more later about that, for balancing two lower chakras. These chakras, like first chakra and second chakra, they're very, very near in the body. So whichever exercise the Svadhisthana chakra also will exercise the Muladhara chakra. Then there is a special breathing exercise. It's called Prithvi Mudra. Prithvi means earth, the mudra of earth. It is a breathing exercise. You have to lie down in the corpse position and then focus your mind on the coccyx, the physical location of Muladhara chakra. Then you breathe in, and while breathing in, you need to imagine, you need to feel that you are taking in all the energy of the universe within your chakra. And while breathing out, you are releasing it. So it is something like tidal waves. It is coming and it is going. It is coming and it is going. It's filling you up and then leaving you. It's like cleansing your chakra. So, but don't do more than 7 cycles of breath, because if you do more, it may create imbalance in your mind. It may create agitation and restlessness in the mind, which is not good for the practice. And yes, that is breathing exercise. And then finally, I will say that the most important practice for opening up and balancing of Muladhara chakra is mantra meditation. In the Muladhara chakra, there is a special energy. It's called sleeping divinity. That divine energy, it has infinite potential, but it is in dormant form. And to awaken that energy, you need to use a sound. Sound is like a subtle, it strikes in a subtle wave, in a subtle way, that sleeping divinity. And that sleeping divinity is getting awakened. And when it is awakened, and it proceeds forwards, opening up the entire human psyche. So mantra meditation is extremely important. I just returned from my tour. I visited 12 cities in the last 2 months, and I was initiating people. Initiating means giving personal instruction, personal technique, personal mantra. Before that, they were doing a meditation just like you are doing with Bábá Nam Kevalam meditation. And my condition is that once you have done 100 hours of meditation, once you clocked that with Bábá Nam Kevalam, then I can teach personal technique. And it was very, very inspiring. Like I would tell the mantra to them, and then would say that, okay, now you close your eyes and you repeat, you feel it, breathe very slowly and repeat and listen to the mantra inside your mind. And then I observe. And the person will repeat 2, 3, 4 times. And then after 4 or 5 times, there is this energy spreading out of that person, filling up the space, beautiful energy, sublime energy. And then I would say, you see? And then the person is said, Dada, wow, how is this? I just repeated a few times. I feel so much. How is it? I said, because this is your personal mantra. So mantra has extreme power. Especially personal mantra has an extreme power. It awakens the divine energy within you. And it is the best and the most efficient method to develop Muladhara chakra. So health will develop, the sense of groundedness will develop, so many things. I have seen people who are very much space cadet, they're somewhere in the sky. But when starting practicing meditation, they become very grounded, become steady, become stable. That is one good effect of meditation. It makes the person much more stable. So yes. And then there is also technique. We teach few lessons of meditation, and there is a special chakra meditation with the long mantras. So in that lesson you meditate on the chakras with the But it is a little bit dangerous technique, so it cannot be taught over internet. It has to be taught in the process of personal instructions, because you know the chakras is the government of the body. If anything goes wrong, then you know something really goes wrong. So the teacher, qualified teacher, has to teach you how to meditate on the chakras, and then also that meditation will open up many chakras, but also Muladhara Chakra. Yeah, so I hope you have some idea what is Muladhara Chakra, and my main message was what is human happiness about. Human happiness comprises of fulfillment of 4 needs: physical needs, psychophysical needs, psycho-spiritual needs, and spiritual needs. And to fulfill all those needs, you need to open up Muladhara Chakra, but after opening up that, you have to have channels for expressions of that energy, and those channels are higher chakras. So actually, to open up and develop the Muladhara Chakra, you have to develop all your entire, you know, psychic system. So in the further lessons, I am going to discuss other 6 chakras, and then you will have a complete idea about spiritual practice, what to do, what not to do. Yeah, so for now, thank you very much. Please, if you are not yet subscribed, you subscribe to this channel, and if you like this video, if you feel it is useful, you share it in your channel, share in the social networks. Let us, you know, spread the knowledge and the proper message, and yes, the positive energy all around. Thank you very much for watching, and namaskar.